Hey, this is Jamey with Stillmeyer Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in the new Magic the Gathering set, Throne of Eldraine. This set features a new type of card that I think is really, really cool. I'll show you some examples and explain how it works and then tell you what I love about this mechanism. It's called Adventure. So they're these cards that are, I think they're all creatures. Yeah, they're all creatures. And they each have an adventure option on them. So from your hand, you can play it as a creature, as normal for the casting cost, or you can play it as kind of this mini card down here. It's an adventure card. This one happens to be an instant. So this one to play costs 1 red mana, and the ability it says target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Then what you do is you exile this card, so you temporarily remove it from play, remove it from the game, and then, as if the card were in your hand, you can then later, or on that same turn if you have mana available, you can then play it as a creature. With the idea being, the thematic idea being that you are kind of sending this creature on an adventure before they show up to serve you, and to help you out. So there's one of them. There's an example. Here's the Merfolk Secret Keeper here. Let's see if we can get focus on that. So the adventure is you venture deeper, and the Merfolk Secret Keeper shows up. The Hypnotic Sprite, their adventure is called Mesmeric Glare. This is actually pretty cool. The instant is you can counter target spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, and then it comes into play as a flying creature. This is really cool. I really like that. Then there's the Oakhame Ranger. See if we can get a little bit of focus on that one. And then Merchant of the Veil. And last, the Falmir Knight. There's a nice little foil card there. So the thing I love about these cards, the biggest thing I love, well, other than the theme, I love cards in Magic where they are good no matter when you draw them. So they're good if you draw them at the beginning of the game, because most of these have a cheaper cost. So either the cost is cheaper on the creature itself, or it's cheaper on the adventure itself, like this one. So one of those options is going to be cheaper than the other in almost all these cards. Actually, now this on the Oakhame Ranger, it is the same for both of them. But for a lot of them, the cost is cheaper for one of those options. So when you draw it, you get to decide, okay, do I want to play it now for the cheaper cost, or am I able to play it now for the cheaper cost, or do I wait until later? And even then, you don't actually have to wait until later. That's the wonderful thing about these cards. You have the ability to play them early and then use them late, or if you get them late in the game, you can pay both costs on your same turn. You could pay the cost to use this cost down here, the adventure, play it as an adventure, and then on the same turn bring it into play as a creature. I love that flexibility. I love the flexibility in Magic of being able to play something early or late and have it be useful at both times. I think that's something that doesn't always happen in Magic. Sometimes you can draw a bunch of really expensive cards and you can't play them until later in the game. Or later in the game you draw a cheap card that isn't all that good anymore, and you can't do much to boost it. In pretty much every Magic set, there's a type of card that addresses this concern, but I love the way these adventure cards work, and I had a lot of fun drafting them. And I also just like the option. I like the option of, okay, so say I had this on my second turn, do I play it as a creature just to get it out there, or do I save it for the instant and then for the creature option after that? So there's a nice decision point there of, if I can afford to play the higher cost, do I do that, or do I first send it on an adventure? So yeah, this is my favorite mechanism in this new Throne of Eldraine set. If you have a different favorite mechanism in this set, or you can think of other cards, either in Magic or in other games that have this ability where they have different costs, different ways to play them early in the game, late in the game, they're very versatile in that way. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thanks.